They spent years mocking my remote job, until the company they laughed at became the only thing keeping the family afloat. For almost 8 years my entire family treated my career like some temporary phase I'd eventually grow out of, because unlike everyone else in my family, I didn't wear suits, commute to an office, or work traditional hours. Instead, I worked from home building software systems for online businesses, which apparently made me basically unemployed in the eyes of my relatives. Especially my Uncle Greg, who built his entire personality around being an old-school businessman and loved making jokes about how people like me would never survive in the real world. And honestly, every family gathering became exhausting, because while my cousins talked about promotions, offices, and corporate meetings, I sat there listening to relatives ask if I was still doing computer stuff like my entire career was some weird little hobby. And the worst part was how confidently wrong they all were, because while they mocked my lifestyle, I quietly co-founded a logistics automation company that was growing so fast investors started calling us one of the most promising private tech firms in the region. But I stopped talking about my work years earlier after realizing nobody in my family respected success they couldn't physically see. So instead, I let them believe I spent my days sitting around in sweatpants doing meaningless internet work while they praised my cousin Andrew for climbing the corporate ladder at my uncle's manufacturing company. And honestly, Andrew became unbearable, because after getting promoted to regional manager, he started acting like he personally understood business better than everyone else, especially me, and every holiday dinner turned into him giving me unsolicited advice about discipline, networking, and real careers, while everyone nodded along because in their minds he was proof of hard work paying off while I was the cautionary tale of wasted potential. But everything changed the year the economy hit my uncle's industry hard, because suddenly his manufacturing company started hemorrhaging money after losing several major contracts. And from the second the problems began, my family became weirdly defensive anytime business got mentioned at gatherings, almost like they were trying to pretend nothing was happening. Except it obviously was, because Andrew went from posting luxury vacations online every month to quietly selling his sports car within weeks. And then came the family barbecue, where the entire illusion finally collapsed, because halfway through dinner my uncle got drunk enough to start ranting about how modern tech companies were destroying traditional businesses while taking direct shots at people who sit behind screens pretending to create value. And honestly, I probably would have ignored it like always if Andrew hadn't laughed and said, "At least when this all blows over, some of us still have real-world skills," while staring directly at me in front of everyone. Because something about hearing career advice from a guy whose company was actively collapsing just felt surreal. But before I could respond, my phone buzzed with a notification from our acquisitions team confirming that we had officially finalized the purchase of a struggling regional manufacturing firm earlier that afternoon. And the second I opened the attached documents, my stomach dropped, because the company we had just acquired was my uncle's, meaning while he sat there mocking tech workers at a barbecue, my business had literally purchased control of the company, keeping his side of the family financially alive. And honestly, the timing felt too unbelievable to even interrupt. So I stayed quiet while my uncle kept ranting about how younger generations don't understand real business, until my aunt suddenly asked what I was smiling at, and without thinking I turned my phone slightly toward my mother sitting beside me, who immediately